Hello and welcome to That British Homestead. Today we're going to be talking about those seeds that we can sow in March. Okay, so we can sow indoors. This is our asparagus. You probably remember the other day I already sowed mine. So that's in the first week of March. So broad beans, if you haven't got them in, this is going to be one of the last chances you can get to get some late broad beans in, and that is outside in the first week. We can also start with our carrot seeds. Let's have a look at the carrots we've got. So I've got, in terms of carrots, the James Scarlett Intermediate, the Rainbow Mix, the Carrot Royal Chantenay, the Autumn King 2, Purple Haze, which is a very pretty carrot, isn't it? These ones are called Paris Market, so they're little round ones. These ones are more rainbows. I like the rainbow ones. Yellowstone, Purple Sun, Red Samurai, Purple Sun, Paris Market 5, Malbec. Another thing we can sow in containers under cover in the first and second week of March is leeks. And I'm going to be going with Sub-Zero, and I'm going to be going with Northern Lights. Another thing we're going to be so nice and early is our Brussels sprouts. I normally do this in pots, and I'll be moving them into the greenhouse. With carrots, you've got to sow them directly, okay? Because if not, they just don't transfer. Can you be quiet, Bailey? What have you got? Like, he was silent earlier. Bailey. So next, I'm going to be sowing peas. There are a few peas that I am going to be growing. So they are Kelvin and Wonder, which are these ones I just got from a supermarket. I've got these ones, which are called Sugar Snap Castia. I've also got these ones, which are called Sugar Snap Lucrezia. Can't really pronounce that one. And these ones, which are a Petit Pois. Okay, I've got a couple more that I have to sow in April, but they're my early peas. So, and Petit Pois or Mongeteri. Next up, when you get into your second week of March, it's time to be taking some of that rhubarb. I'm so excited about that. My rhubarb's going to look amazing. I'm going to show you a video of it, like there or something. Next, we want to be sowing our tomatoes inside, and I've gone through my tomatoes that I'm going to be sowing. These are the tomatoes I'm going to be growing. So we have a tiny Gold Rush Currant, which are teeny tiny. I grew them last year. They are absolutely mind-bogglingly tidy. They're like this big. Got the Sweet Pea, which is a tiny one, but it's red. You've got the Great White, which is a larger, I think it is a beefsteak tomato, but it is, what's the word? It is white. Got this one, which is ideal for pots apparently, which is Mascota. Push the pronunciation of that. Jasmine picked this one, so it's good for like hanging baskets and pots, so that'll be quite good for her. We've got this one, Dr. Witchy, which apparently I do have to grow in the greenhouse. Obviously I lost one of my greenhouses, so that kind of narrows it down, but I'm quite excited. It's a beefsteak as well, but it is a yellow tomato, so low acidity. This is a Reese's or Traveller's tomato. These have each little section, so you can break it off and keep it as a complete tomato. You've got the pleated tomato, which I thought was quite interesting. I've got the, I should really look up these pronunciations, but I haven't. The Ajchechia tomato, which is another low acidity yellow tomato, but I believe that is another beefsteak tomato. I've got a medley of tomatoes here, which I'm just going to do a mix from. And I've got the white zebra, which is a yellow tomato, but it has stripes on it. Similar to the green one, but I think it is lower acidity. So this one, which is called India Rose, it's like black on the outside and has like this amazing red center. I'm very excited about those ones. This one's called Kellogg's Breakfast. It's like a giant beefsteak tomato, which is more orange. I don't think I've grown many orange tomatoes. So weird. I probably have, but I think I've stuck to the blues, the like greens and the reds so far. Oh, and the blacks, I think. Oh, and yellows. This one's called Garden Peach. Now it's fuzzy on the outside. I thought it was really exciting. I've got another one that is called Alaska, which is like an orangey tomato, I believe, a smaller one. An orange banana, which I believe is cherry tomato. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I can remember at the moment. I'm also going to be growing some of the ones that I've already tried that I quite like. And those are, okay, so Black Kim. It's a black tomato, really fantastic, quite large. It is a beefsteak tomato, good for slicing. The purple calabash, absolutely grow it every year. Fantastic, always performs great. The golden nugget, great. Cherry tomato, and it is like orangey yellow. Ox heart, like a larger tomato. It was great. Asian blush tiger. It looks a little bit like fire, but not tried it before. It's a little bit larger than a cherry tomato. The blonde head, which I can't pronounce, the blonde Kyvan chief, really great. It was like big bouquet of tomatoes. I loved that one. The Romanoff, the Super Roma, it was okay. Red cherry, can't go wrong with red cherry. Chocolate pear, it's like a cherry tomato but in a pear shape. White cherry, I blame that for giving me blight, but it was a nice tomato. Black cherry was one of my favourites last year. It was really beautiful. The shoulders went dark, but it was like a normal cherry tomato otherwise. Beefsteak, great tomato. The Aura, haven't tried that one yet. Sam Mayo, I remember growing it, wasn't that impressed, but gonna give it another try. Oh my goodness, the Mexican honey tomato, I haven't tried that one off me remembering. Green zebra, one of my favourite tomatoes, really fantastic flavour. It really brings the flavour there. Ace 55, it was an okay tomato. Yellow pear, similar to the chocolate pear, but obviously yellow. It is a little bit bigger than a cherry, but a different shape, but very thin skinned. Blue Beauty, love this tomato, always have a really great yield from it, always fantastic tomato. Chocolate stripe, once again, fantastic tomato, great yield, never really have any problems with them, unless obviously the blight is ridiculous, and that goes for all of them. So yes, I am very excited about my tomatoes this year. Lot ones that I haven't tried yet. Okay, next, hardening off my cauliflowers. Already had them in. They're like this big at the moment, but I'm sure they'll shoot up. Then I'm going to be doing my Jerusalem artichokes. I've still got them in the garden, so I'm just going to dig them up and put them in down the allotment. I'm very excited about moving them down in the allotment because they're going to be there forever, which is very exciting for me because I like them. Kohlrabi, I've already started off some of them this year, so my seeds are outside, but kohlrabi are great ones that you can be growing inside in the 3rd week of March. Peas, also you can continue to grow through the 3rd week outside. Spinach is another one that you can grow outside, but obviously be careful of the slugs. They love spinach, especially the baby spinach. Who doesn't love baby spinach? Beetroot, I've got quite a few beetroots here. So I've got I've already got the blood beets, and I've got Cubita, I think it's pronounced. These ones are Avalanche and Cherica. That's like candied beetroot. They're great ones. And then later you go on to the golden beetroot. It's a little bit early for that yet. Where am I? Lettuce can be grown every 2 weeks from the 4th week of March. So it's quite hardy lettuce, surprisingly. I've actually pulled snow off of lettuce and harvested it, and it was fine. Onions can be sown. I'm going to just share with you some of the onions I've got. So I've got this beautiful deep purple one. This one here called Lilaca. And this one's Stuttgart, which is another onion. So that can be grown in the 4th week of March. Potatoes. I am chitting my potatoes away, as you can see in the box here. So this year we're going to be growing King Edward's, Carver, Hattie, Salad Blue, and there's another one that I don't remember, and I've taken them all out of the boxes. So they're all going to be planted out in the 4th week of March. We always do it around about St. Patrick's Day, so that's really exciting. I really like potatoes. I love harvesting them. Jasmine absolutely adores them. Potting up our sweet peppers, which is always exciting. Okay, there's other things that I'm going to be sowing in March. That one can be. So the saffron, you could be growing that. The last of the cucumbers, they can be sown until June. Sprout and broccoli can be started. And some cabbages like red blood drumhead, the XL cabbage, Cabos, I can never say that. The red Logan, and some kale. This is candy floss kale, which is really pretty. And also something called long mix kale. So that's actually quite a pretty one. Also got summer squash, such as Sunburst, which is a patty pan squash, which can be sown this month. Very exciting stuff. I actually feel that it is March where all of these seeds starting takes off massively. So also got a load of flowers that we can be sowing. We've got our Shirley Singles. We've got our poppies. We've got, that's cauliflower. Lemongrass. Rudbeckia. That's chicory. Scabious. Haven't grown that one yet. Blue denim. My personal favourite, my red sunflowers. You got your larkspur. Your parade mix. They're quite cute. Your cornflower blueballs. And Danish flag, love that one, especially with Bebe, because he's the Danish shepherd, isn't he? And I've also got some saffron. So I'm really excited about all of these, and that I'm going to be starting my seeds, properly starting the season. But I try not to rush and go into like all my squashes this early, because I just don't have the space. As you can see, you can go absolutely mental and start loads of seeds. You can get brassicas that can start this early as well. Oh, where that packet went. Another thing I'm going to be planting is blueberries. And I've got, where is it? I've got one more black currant to put in. And I've got a rose bush that I'm going to be taking down the allotment. Okay, so they're all like just this one. It wasn't very expensive. I bought one from Home Bargains and one from Poundland to see how that went. So I'm quite excited to get them down. I won't be going down to the allotment until next weekend now. So I will be excited to see them down in the allotment. Right, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Happy gardening.